Title: Celebrity Twin Flame Diaries Part 6, The Unexplained Season. A grounded account of an unexplained connection. Welcome to Celebrity Twin Flame Diaries Part 6, The Unexplained Season. Before I begin, I want to share the series of dreams I've had since Part 5. These dreams occurred during the period when I reopened the veil and resumed listening to my twin flames music at night. But before we get into any of that, I want to make something very clear. As I have stated in all previous installments, I do not reveal the name of the A-list celebrity whose image appears in my dreams. I do not mention identifying details, clothing descriptions, associates, or family members. I refer to him only as my twin flame, and to others as my twin flame's mother, my twin flame's friend, or my twin flame's family member. I am not a fan of his music. I am not romantically attracted to him. I do not want to meet him. I do not seek contact, validation, or attention. I maintain skepticism about the twin flame concept. I leave room for psychological explanations. I leave room for biological explanations. I leave room for the possibility that this could be something else entirely. I document these experiences strictly for educational purposes, so that future psychologists, dream researchers, and trauma specialists can study them long after I'm gone. This is not entertainment. This is not fandom. This is not obsession. This is a grounded case study of an unexplained phenomenon. Now that you've heard the disclaimer and understand the purpose of this documentary, I will begin sharing the dreams I've had since Part 5. On the morning of June 25, 2026, I dreamed that my celebrity twin flame and I were back in my hometown in the foster parents' house of horrors. This is a place I never talk about. I keep it suppressed in my memory, pretend it doesn't exist, and never look back on it. For some reason, the last couple of dreams have featured my celebrity twin flame in that house. The previous night, on June 24th, I had a peaceful dream set there in which my celebrity twin flame appeared in a masculine body that I did not recognize, though his energy was clearly present. In this dream, my celebrity twin flame appeared as the famous celebrity, and the dream unfolded in two main parts before transitioning further. The first part took place in the living room of the House of Horrors, the room that has the little guest room off to the left. My celebrity twin flame was doing an interview. I was fully aware that he is my twin flame, but I played it cool so that he would not know I recognized him. He had no clue who I was beyond me being his assistant. I was assisting him, and I liked him because I knew who he truly was. He looked like he did in 1983 or 1984. Right before the cameras began to roll, I noticed that a bird had left a white spot on his right shoulder on his shirt. I quickly covered it with some wipes and started cleaning it off. He turned around, wondering what I was doing. When he realized I was cleaning off bird poop, he became at ease. He was surprised that I had walked up and started cleaning it when no one else had. I got it all cleaned off, and he was grateful. He then carried on with the interview. The dream later transitioned to a completely different scene later that same day. We were now in a loving relationship. We owned the House of Horrors, and we had someone staying with us, a young man. I did not know whether he was my celebrity twin flame's nephew, a family member, or just a friend. He stepped outside late at night when it was dark. I do not know why he stepped outside, perhaps to get something from his car. My celebrity twin flame had left the door open for him. I went over to the door, closed it, and locked it. My celebrity twin flame turned and told me the young man's name, saying he was still outside and to make sure I left the door open for him. At first I did, but I was reluctant. I thought to myself that my celebrity twin flame has no clue about this neighborhood like I do, so it would be best to follow my instinct. I locked the door immediately and disregarded what my celebrity twin flame had said. As soon as I did, a stranger came to the door wearing a hoodie. I could see him clearly because it was a sliding glass door. It was not our young friend, this was another suspicious-looking stranger, clearly a druggie. I immediately told my celebrity twin flame about it. My celebrity twin flame walked over protectively. The guy was wanting something. My celebrity twin flame immediately refused and told him to go away. The door was locked, with the glass between us. The druggie left. We followed him by looking through the different glass doors and windows. He went over to the other side of the house, and we could see him through the window. He started doing drugs. We knew he was a druggie by the way he was dressed and acting. I closed another door and locked and secured it. He eventually wandered away, and then the dream ended. Later that same night, after I had briefly woken up and gone back to sleep, the dream continued in the same continuous flow in the same living room. We were still in the loving relationship. My celebrity twin flame and I were sleeping on a pallet on the floor, covered up. We actually had kids in the house. They belonged to my celebrity twin flame and me. Younger kids who were in their rooms sleeping are supposed to be sleeping. The teenager was no longer there. My celebrity twin flame and I were on the floor, possibly right before entering sacred union. A little boy could not sleep and wandered into the room. My celebrity twin flame and I turned and covered up completely so the little boy could not see anything at all. He walked over and saw my celebrity twin flame's toe sticking out from under the covers. He walked over and squeezed my celebrity twin flame's toe, then walked away and went back to sleep. On the night of July 2, 2026, I had a very unusual dream filled with metaphors whose meanings I still do not understand. All I know is that my celebrity twin flame and I were in a dating relationship. He looked as he did around 1988, but at one point in the dream, he transitioned to his 1994 appearance. I remember that he was recording one of his love songs. Then the dream shifted to a house, a place he had either just purchased or was restoring. I stayed behind to arrange the furniture while he went away on a trip. His friend was helping move furniture into part of the house. I was to live in one section, and his mother would live in another. While my celebrity twin flame was away, his friend came by to deliver his mother's furniture. I chose the side of the house where I wanted to stay. There was a beautiful window overlooking a stunning view, and in that room stood a baby bed made of rich cherry wood, very expensive, along with a matching desk. The furniture was elegant and high class. His friend was outside preparing to move the rest of the furniture in, but I had already chosen my side of the house. I cracked the window open slightly to let in fresh air, and then opened a second window to create a gentle circulation. The breeze was perfect. I wanted that part of the house because the baby bed was ideal for my therapy baby doll. His mother would have her privacy, and I would have mine. From the window, I could see lush, clean meadows, trees, and beautiful land stretching into the distance. It was a magnificent view. I noticed his friend backing the truck up to the house to unload more furniture, and then I woke up. Since setting my boundaries with my celebrity twin flame, he has done an excellent job respecting them. In my dreams, he either appears in a different body form or limits his presence to brief appearances. Sometimes, one of his family members shows up instead. It seems he is ensuring that his divine masculine energy never overwhelms me again, so I will not have to shut him out. On the night of July 12, 2026, I went to sleep after spending a full week avoiding my twin flame's music. I had switched back to my usual meditative tracks, chakra tones, binaural beats, opera, Mozart, Beethoven, Bach, and Chopin. These are the genres I prefer. I am not a fan of my celebrity twin flame's music, and I do not sit around listening to it. I do not understand most of the lyrics, and I am not emotionally attached to his catalog. However, after a week of avoiding his music, the nightmares returned immediately. I was back in the foster home, the house of horrors, and the kidnappers appeared again. The dreams picked up exactly where they left off each time I woke up. Nothing stopped them. Not the TV, not movies, not other artists, not meditation. So I finally said to myself, I cannot handle these nightmares. I need to put the playlist back on. I put on the A to Z Classics playlist, the only songs of his that I tolerate, because they block the nightmares, and went to sleep. As always, he appeared right on schedule. His energy was gentle, not forceful, because ever since I reopened the veil, he has been respecting my boundaries. There was a time when his energy was too strong, and I had to shut everything down. But after 3 or 4 months without his music, the nightmares became unbearable, and I reopened the veil. That very night, a sudden microburst of wind hit my windows. The weather report confirmed it. Whether it was connected to the twin flame energy or just a strange weather event, I leave open for interpretation. All I know is that the dreams returned immediately after the veil reopened. This time, he appeared in 3 dreams in a row. Dream number 1, the skating rink. He appeared in a different body form at first, but I saw his face before he transitioned, so I knew it was him. We were in a vintage skating rink, the kind with old school skates, 2 wheels in the front, 2 in the back, with the big rubber bumper. I only know how to skate with those. We were all young, around 22 to 25. It was me, my twin flame, and a female friend. We were skating up and down the rink, having fun. I skated up to my friend, touched her arm, and skated off so she would chase me. She did, and we were laughing and enjoying ourselves. Dream number 2, the spooky house. I fell back asleep and saw my celebrity twin flame again, still in his younger form. This time, it was me, my twin flame, and a male friend. We were exploring an abandoned, spooky house, like adventurous young adults do. Everyone knew an old cranky man lived there. My twin flame was brave and went inside. We stayed outside. We heard footsteps and wood cracking. When he came out, he was wobbling, as if his bones had been removed. His body looked flabby and unstable. He was actually trying to run. The friend and I smelled something strange, like gasoline or acid. My celebrity twin flame told us to run. The friend and I realized, the old man had poured something on my celebrity twin flame. The old man came out with the bottle, ready to pour it on us too, but we escaped. Dream number 3, the vintage van. I went back to sleep again. This time, we were in a huge vintage van, one of those 1980s vans big enough to fit a bed or table in the back. We were all around 25 years old. My twin flame was in his full form, not a celebrity, just himself. The van was hot because it had no air conditioner. I popped open the windows and the old-style sunroof to let fresh air in. My twin flame went into a house with some people while I stayed in the van with a child and another adult. When everyone returned, we kept driving. The dream shifted, and suddenly our landlord was driving the van. We were traveling, and to our right we saw enormous satellite dishes, huge ones, the kind used to pick up TV channels. The landlord said he needed to get a satellite dish for the dwelling place so we could watch TV. But my twin flame and I, along with the friends who were with us, were naturalists. We did not believe in those giant dishes. My twin flame was the first to speak up. He said, "I do not think I would want one of those dishes. They're not good for the brain." After that, the dream ended. I wrote everything down immediately, and now I am sharing it for documentation. Now, my purpose in sharing this, just as I have said in all my previous documentaries, is strictly for educational purposes. I want future educators, psychologists, dream researchers, and interpreters to have something they can study long after I'm gone. That is why I limit how much interpretation I personally give. I prefer to leave most of these dreams open for interpretation so that professionals can examine them without my bias. There are certain times when I will look up a twin flame dream interpretation online, but that is only when a dream contains romantic symbolism or when it shows my twin flame, or one of his loved ones, being harmed. I do that to prevent misunderstanding. I never want anyone to take those dreams literally. But for the most part, I leave everything open. These are simply the dreams I have been having. And what makes them interesting is the pattern. Ever since I regulated boundaries with the veil, and then reopened it, he has been extremely respectful. If you notice, those early dreams were overwhelming, his energy was too strong, too intense. But now he is gentle. Very gentle. He appears in the foster home more and more, and in those dreams he acts as a protector. The reason I'm doing this documentary is because this is a case study. It's something psychologists can examine. I even question it myself. Did my brain conjure him up? Maybe he isn't my twin flame at all. Maybe my brain simply created him as a protector. But then I ask myself, how could my brain conjure up someone I have never met? I never grew up on secular music. If anyone were going to appear in my dreams, it seems like it would have been one of the gospel singers I listened to as a little girl. But I never once had dreams about them. That's what fascinates me. I saw my twin flame one time on YouTube, and ever since then he has been in my dreams. And I have tested this. I have watched Billy Joel concerts. I have listened to Freddie Mercury. I have listened to the Beatles. I have listened to other artists. None of them ever appeared in my dreams. None of them ever stopped the nightmares. Only my twin flame's voice does that. And that is why I'm documenting this. It's a case study. I'm brave enough to say, this is what's happening. I do not understand it. Maybe in the future, someone else will experience something similar, and they can use what I'm putting out there. That's why I'm sharing it, while still protecting the identity of the celebrity involved. But at the same time, this is literally happening. This is not a hallucination. This is not psychosis. I have never been diagnosed with any mental illness, and I have never in my life been on psychiatric medication. I have to specify that because hallucinations involve hearing or seeing things that are not there. Psychosis involves believing things that are not real. I have met people who were delusional. I have met people who sincerely believed they were in a relationship with Keanu Reeves, or that a celebrity was waiting for them. They truly believed it. And that is exactly why I stay skeptical. I do not want anyone to lump me into the same category as someone who is delusional. I am not making fun of anyone who struggles with delusion. I am not judging them. Many of them genuinely believe what they are saying. That is the frightening part. And that is why I make a point to say, yes, I believe the research that suggests the twin flame concept is real. Yes, I believe it is possible that this person is my twin flame. But I also believe it could be something else, something I do not yet have access to. Maybe when I'm gone and someone studies these diaries, they will discover what it really was. If it wasn't the twin flame concept, then maybe it was something else entirely. I keep my mind open so I do not fall for something that isn't there. The twin flame concept is not regulated. Anyone can make up anything. That's why I stay grounded. As I mentioned in previous documentaries, I would rather people accuse me of seeing little green men or UFOs than accuse me of being a twin flame believer. People will believe UFOs without question. But mention twin flames, and suddenly you're put in a box with all the crazies. That's probably why many people who genuinely experience this never speak about it publicly. The ones who are delusional or lying are often the loudest. That's why I wanted to give a grounded perspective of what I'm going through, while leaving room for skepticism. I honestly wish I could prove that my brain simply conjured this image. But how could my brain conjure up someone I have never met? I saw him once. Meanwhile, I have watched Bugs Bunny and The Muppet Show for years, and I have never had dreams about any of them. Yet my twin flame has been in my dreams since 2012, since Neptune entered Pisces. Neptune has now left Pisces, and I assumed the dreams would end. They did not. Most celebrity twin flames I've seen on YouTube are fans of their celebrity twin flames music. Ironically, I am not a fan of my celebrity twin flames music. I cannot deny that he is a talented melody writer, and I cannot deny that he is gifted in singing, but there are reasons why I choose not to listen to his work. Many of his songs contain symbolism I do not fully understand. For my own grounding and emotional safety, I avoid material that feels unclear or ambiguous in its meaning. In simple terms, a lot of his lyrics are cryptic, symbolic and difficult to interpret. Without clear understanding, I cannot rule out themes or influences that may not align with my personal beliefs or comfort level, so I choose not to engage with it. As a general rule for any artist, I prefer to avoid content when I cannot clearly understand the message or intention behind it. There is one song he sings that I really like. It is not cryptic. It is clean, direct, and raw. It is my favorite song he does. Sometimes I play it on repeat at night. When I do, he comes into the dreams and sings that song to me. He dances with me. I am not interested in seeing him come into my dreams in that romantic, metaphorical way again. So I try to limit playing it at night. But sometimes he still comes through romantically whether I want him to or not. And again, I make it clear, this is not the physical celebrity we know today. This is his masculine higher self, not the human persona. I have to clarify that because there is so much misinformation about twin flames. I am here to be raw, real, truthful, and grounded at the same time. You may wonder why I'm sharing all of these diaries online. The reason is simple: this is real. This is not something I invented, not something I'm doing for attention, not a trend, and not a fan-based fantasy. This is unexplained. If anything, I would place it in the X-Files category. I do not understand it, and that is exactly why I'm putting it out there for educational purposes. I cannot say with absolute certainty that this falls under the twin flame category. Based on what I've researched, it appears to fit, but I still leave room for the possibility that it could be something else entirely. That is why I call it unexplained. When I share these dreams, I want to make something very clear. I do not wake up and assume that this person is astral traveling to me or trying to be in a romantic relationship with me. I make a point to say that is not the case. Everything is metaphoric. If he is indeed my twin flame, then I still say, grounded and clearly, that it is the divine masculine, not the physical celebrity. Even when I see his family members or loved ones in the dreams, I view it metaphorically. I do not take it literally. This is why staying grounded is important. Even though this has been happening since February 2, 2012, I still wake up and remind myself, it was a dream. It is not literal. My brain has never confused the dream realm with reality. My brain has never looked at the celebrity in 3D and said, he is in love with me, or, he is communicating with me. The truth is he has no idea I exist. I have never met him. I have never been to his concerts. I am not a fan of his music. I want to make that distinction because many people who publicly claim twin flame experiences are fans. They follow the celebrity, attend concerts, and are emotionally invested. This is where it becomes important to educate the public about the difference between twin flames and fan obsession. Fan obsession can blur lines. It can make someone believe they have a metaphysical connection when, biologically, their brain is simply replaying what they fall asleep listening to. Fact check. If someone falls asleep watching a movie, the characters or imagery from that movie can appear in their dreams. If someone falls asleep listening to a celebrity's voice or music, that celebrity can appear in their dreams. This is a normal neurological process involving memory consolidation and auditory stimulation during sleep. Fact check. Auditory input during sleep can influence dream content. This does not mean the celebrity is visiting them or in love with them. It is simply how the brain processes external stimuli during REM sleep. This is why some people in the twin flame community may believe a celebrity is their twin flame when, in reality, they are fans who fell asleep listening to that person's voice. Their dreams may be biological, not metaphysical. The thing with me is that this has never happened with anyone else. I grew up listening to gospel singers. Not once did any of them appear in my dreams. I have listened to Billy Joel, Freddie Mercury, the Beatles, and many other artists. None of them ever appeared in my dreams. None of them ever stopped the nightmares. I have tested this thoroughly. Every time I have these dreams, I wake up, go on with my life, and stay grounded. As you can see, I am still making music, producing songs, writing pieces, and advocating. Life goes on. And that is the point. Life goes on for me, and life goes on for him. As of July 12, 2026, he is alive, well, and living his life. He has no idea who I am. This situation is unexplained, and life continues. Growing up in a religious household, I wasn't exposed to secular music, metaphysics, gemstones, or anything outside of what was written in the Bible. I did not even know the word metaphysics. I did not know what a gemstone was. I did not know essential oils existed. None of that was part of my world. It wasn't until February 2012, when I left religion and started searching for a new direction, that I began studying holistic and alternative approaches to healing. That's when I first learned about crystal gemstones and essential oils. I had never heard of them before. I bought one of those fancy diffusers, the kind with a glass bulb on top and a wooden base. I think it was called Young Living or something similar. I put a few essential oils in it, and I learned very quickly that you only need a couple of drops. The whole room filled with the scent immediately. The oils I chose were ones people claimed could clean receptors, erase programs, or reprogram the brain. I could not remember the scientific names, something like phenols, sesquiterpenes, and monoterpenes. Fact check. Yes, these are real chemical families found in essential oils. Phenols can stimulate and cleanse receptor sites. Sesquiterpenes can cross the blood-brain barrier. Monoterpenes can help reprogram cellular memory. These are legitimate biochemical terms. The three oils I used were clove, galbanum, and cedarwood, all of which are high in those compounds. Around the same time, I started wearing crystal gemstones. I did not know which ones to choose, so I went with what I recognized from the Bible, the 12 stones on Aaron's breastplate. I bought bracelets containing those stones and wore all 12. Between the essential oils, the gemstones, and the dreams, something strange began happening. I still cannot explain it. One day, I stood up to take a shower, and suddenly it felt like all the energy in my body was sucked out. Whatever normally holds your bones up, it felt like it disappeared. I stepped out of the shower immediately and dropped to the floor. I could not stand. I fell asleep right there on the floor for about 15 or 20 minutes. When I woke up, I got dressed and said to myself, what in the world was that? It happened again. I was getting ready to eat, standing up, and the same strange feeling came over me. I could feel something happening, but I did not know what it was. The closest comparison I can give is that feeling right before you vomit, when your saliva glands start watering. Except this wasn't nausea. It was like the essence in my body was draining out of every limb, legs, arms, everything. I had to turn off the hot plate, drop to the floor, and I passed out again. Maybe 25 minutes. I woke up on the floor, stood up, and said, "What is going on?" This continued for 3 weeks. And if you've been following this diary series, you know that was the same period when other strange things were happening. My twin flame's masculine higher self hugging me in 5D. Me running from one side of the room to the other because I did not know what it was. Hearing my name called, opening the door, and no one being there. Smelling cigar smoke out of nowhere. Switching mysteriously from right-handed to left-handed. Seeing blue, purple, and burgundy circles out of the corner of my eye. Seeing squiggly sparkles that disappeared when I looked directly at them. All of that happened at the exact same time. I do not know what triggered it. I do not know if it was the gemstones, the essential oils, or the twin flame awakening. I am not claiming to know. I will say this, gemstones are said to carry energy. Fact check. Yes, quartz crystals are used in watches because they vibrate at a precise frequency. Crystals do store and transmit energy. This is scientifically documented. Essential oils also affect the brain. Fact check. Yes, certain essential oils can cross the blood-brain barrier. They can influence mood, memory, and neurological activity. This is supported by research in aromatherapy and neurochemistry. So it could have been the gemstones. It could have been the essential oils. It could have been the awakening. I do not know. There was one gemstone in particular, the tantric twin crystal. It looks like two pointed crystals fused together. I wore it as a necklace. And something very strange began happening when I wore it. My twin flame started having conversations with me in dreams, in every place I had ever lived. He would appear in 5D, sit on my bed, and talk to me. "How are you doing today? How was your interview? I like your clothes." It was the strangest thing. That particular gemstone opened some kind of door. Because around that time, his energy started bleeding into 3D, which is why I had to set boundaries to him entering the veil. It was too strong. When I stopped using the essential oils and stopped wearing that gemstone, the intensity decreased. When I wore it again, he came through again. So I believe the gemstones have an effect, more so than the essential oils. As for the essential oils, I noticed they seemed to increase nightmares. Fact check. Yes, certain essential oils can stimulate the limbic system, which may intensify emotional processing during sleep. This can lead to vivid dreams or nightmares in some people. So I stopped using them as much. Now I use them only occasionally for healing purposes. To this day, I cannot tell you what caused all of this. I am only documenting it because it is unexplained. To anyone new in the twin flame community who happens to come across this diary series, I want to offer a gentle forewarning. Please be careful. The twin flame community is not regulated. Unlike fields such as law or medicine, where information is documented, researched, and proven, the twin flame space is different. When something cannot be seen or measured, it can be made up. It can be misunderstood. It can be misinterpreted. So please be mindful of who you listen to. We are not judging anyone. Some people genuinely struggle with mental health challenges, and they may misread their experiences. Some individuals truly believe that certain celebrities are in love with them. In their minds, it feels real. But that does not make it literal. That does not make it grounded. I want you to take everything you hear with a grain of salt. Some people mix truth with misunderstanding. Some mix truth with delusion. Some mix truth with fantasy. It is up to you to do your research, to find facts, and to stay grounded. Please do not take everything literally. Please do not become obsessed with celebrities or with non-celebrity individuals you believe to be your twin flame. Many twin flame communities encourage reunion, reunion, reunion. Just be careful. I'm sure you would not want someone to become obsessed with you, follow you, or stalk you. That would be frightening. So remember, Even though the twin flame concept is real, you must stay grounded. And I want to end this with a grounding reminder, something you can use every time you wake up from a dream or feel overwhelmed. Remember, you are in 3D. Your communication with your divine masculine or divine feminine is in 5D. The veil exists for a reason. It separates the physical world from the spiritual one. So here is a grounding you can use anytime you need to come back to yourself.
Take a slow breath in. Feel your feet on the floor. Feel the weight of your body in the chair or bed. Notice the temperature of the room. Notice the sounds around you. The hum of the air, the quiet of the morning, the stillness of your space. Say to yourself,
I am here. I am awake. I am in my body. I am in 3D.
place your hand over your heart. Feel your heart beat. Feel your chest rise and fall. Feel the physical reality of your breath.
Say,
my dreams are messages, not instructions. My dreams are metaphoric, not literal. My dreams are in 5D. My life is in 3D. Look around the room. Name 3 things you can see. Name 2 things you can touch. Name 1 thing you can hear. Let your awareness settle back into your physical body.
say, I am grounded. I am safe. I am present. I am here.
And every time your twin flame appears in a dream, whether gentle, symbolic, or intense, remember this grounding. It will bring you back to yourself. It will keep you centered. It will keep you clear. It will keep you safe. This is how you stay balanced between the dream world and the physical world. This is how you honor the connection without losing yourself. This is how you remain grounded, even in the unexplained.